Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video out here with heavy metal at the range. Today we're talking about 22-250. Y'all that watch the channel would know this is my absolute #1 favorite bow light slinger. This is my CVA Cascade in 22-250. I'll give you a little bit closer look. It's got that heavy contour barrel. Awesome camo job, came like that from the factory. I've got a really sweet Styrka scope on here. This has got 15 zoomies, and yeah, it's all around awesome. It even has a threaded barrel, and we are going to use a shisher cane in this video. But today I am talking about the Remington AccuTip 22-250. Y'all know I'm a big Remington fan. Last I checked, that they load 22-250 in this stuff. That AccuTip-V, the UMC, and then what's the third one they load 22-250? High performance rifle. This stuff right here, the AccuTip-V, it's more of a varmint type round, you'd say. They've even got a picture of a coyote and a prairie dog on there in the yellow. But 50 grain boat tails. Let's go ahead and get them out and I'll show you up close. But these ought to be doing almost 4,000 feet per second. And I did bring the chronograph out here today, so we're going to test that. But let me give you a closer look up here at this stuff. The Remington AccuTip-V 22-250. There's the box here. Might as well show you the box up close. 50 grain boat tails, 3,800 feet per second. Like I said, I got the chronograph out here. What else does it say here? Y'all can freeze that. This on the box says if you zero it at 200, it'll drop almost 5 inches at 300, 15 at 400, and then almost 3 feet at 500. So not too fast. Real zippy round. Here's what they look like there. Ooh, baby. Man. And then that Cascade there, my absolute favorite. My #1 right there. I wish I had one of these in every single caliber. But here's what I want to do. First, let's run these over the chronograph. The box is calling for 3,800 feet per second. We're going to catch the speeds out of these babies coming out of this CVA Cascade. We're going to put the can on there, and we're going to go back, get this thing dialed in for these bow lights, and see what kind of groups we can get. This Cascade has put up some crazy numbers for me when it comes to awesome groups, so we're going to see how it likes this Remington 22-250 AccuTip varmint loading. Should be pretty cool. Let's put some over the chronograph first. Alright, I got 3 loaded up in my 22-250. I've got my can on there. This is my Banish 30 Gold from Silencer Central. Let's run 3 over the chronograph, see what kind of speeds we get. Remember the box said 3,800, so it ought to be around there-ish. See what happens. Almost 3,800 exactly there. I'm going to save this brass. $37.66. And what's the third one? It's calling that it did exactly the same. That doesn't happen very often, so average there about what? 37.80 or so. Now, let's go back to 100 yards, see what kind of groups we can do with this thing, and get this Cascade sighted in for this Remington AccuTip-V 22-250. That stuff is booking it. You got to be careful with this stuff. It'll zing right through some steel targets if you're not careful. But let's go back to the bench at 100. Alright, now back here at 100. Let's get this thing sighted in at 100 first, and then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 groups, however many we want to do. I brought 2 boxes down here. But like I said, this is absolutely one of my favorites, and it's always a treat to get it out here at the range. So let's go ahead and give it all the zooms, 15 zoomies. Set our parallax at 100 so we're clear. And I'm just going to take my time and do my absolute best here. See what this CVA thinks about this Remington 22-250. Here we go. So much nicer with that can on there. Let's go ahead and do a 3-shot group before we fiddle with the scope. Somebody said hallelujah. I normally just crank on those dials after one bow light. Let's send 2 more here. Ooh, I think we got a winner with these bow lights here based on this so far, but finish off this group here. Looks like we just need to bring it up a smidge. Oh yeah. Also, if you're new to the channel, those circles I drew on there, that is a penny, which is roughly 3/4 of an inch. Looks like, I'm gonna say, just over an inch up. So let's click it 4 times up. 1, 3, 4. Clicks on this. Let's go 5. Are a little bit smudgy. That's my only complaint about this Styrka, but the glass is phenomenal. It's a bummer they went out of business. You can't get those anymore. But brought it up 5 clickies. Save this brass, man. Whew. Gotta save your brass these days. Let me load up 3 more, and we'll do another 3-shot group and see if I adjusted her right. But so far, looks like my 22-250 really likes this stuff. This stuff, everybody's got their own opinion, but one of my goals this year is to take a whitetail with 22-250. And as good as this stuff is grouping, I think it would be just plenty horsepower for a whitetail. As heavy as this barrel is, not too terribly worried about heat affecting that precision here yet. But let's do another 3-shot group here after I adjusted this scope. See where we're at. We brought it up a smidge, didn't we? Pretty near put those in the same hole. Definitely going to measure these groups with the calipers. Well, that's a clover leaf if I ever saw one, but it looks like we're still a smidge low. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up 2 more clicks. Are we hot yet? No, not at all. Three touching again. It's not every day you can do that. And I think I walked that last one a little bit to the left, but man, I'm gonna click it 1 more time up, and actually 2, and I'm gonna send another one just to verify that we're dead on our bullseye here. Especially, like I said, definitely want to take this one hunting, whether we're chasing some coyotes, which this would be perfect for, or I think I mentioned before, I think this ought to be plenty enough horsepower for Tennessee whitetail. But just take 1 more here on this last target I drew, verify our bullseye before we put it up. That was a good squeeze. Up and down is good. 0.7 to the left. Our first one's, man, money. Let me grab the calipers and we'll measure these groups. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a 0.4, 0.3 inch group out of this stuff. Man, I love it. Alright, so back at the house with my calipers. Just measured the groups with this stuff, 22-250. And I think I said I thought we were going to get some 0.3 or 0.4s. Check it out. So, first group, without adjusting the scope, I'm going to do this so you can actually see the holes through it. 0.32. right there, first try at the range, 0.3 inch group. Now how I measure these groups, take the outside diameter of the furthest two and then subtract a boot-light diameter, which in this case is 0.22. That's how you get that. 0.32 inch group. Nobody's going to complain about a 0.3 inch group. Then which one did we go to? Then we got a 0.2 inch group. That's just wild, y'all. 0.2 inch group right there with 3 hits. Then didn't even let it cool. We got another 0.3, a little bit better than that one. Verified it, ready to rock and roll. So we did 3 groups here. Our worst group was a 0.32 inch group. Again, CVA Cascade 22-250 and those 50 grain Remington AccuTip-Vs. I'll show you that box here again. Remington Premier AccuTip-Vs. This stuff, hey, you guys saw the footage there? Some pretty wild stuff. But hey, like I said, hard to go wrong with the CVA Cascade. Man, I didn't turn on my beauty ring light. Come on, bro. Gotta have a light on, but that's what you do. That's what happens when you're editing videos in the middle of the night and you forget what you're doing. But hey, CVA Cascades, they are absolutely awesome. Incredible triggers. Bolt is smooth. Heavy barrel than a lot of other stuff. Threaded. You guys saw we had the can on there. That's my Banish 30 Gold. Super, super sweet suppressor from Silencer Central. Hey, absolutely love 22-250. Speaks for itself there. 2.3 inch groups, a 0.2 some odd group. Hey, gotta love it. But hey, if you love 22-250, search the interwebs, type in 22-250 WHOTEEWHO. We got quite a few videos on tons of different 22-250 loadings. But appreciate y'all and comparing them to other things like 204 Ruger, 223 and whatnot. But hey, appreciate y'all watching. Quick video here on the Remington Premier AccuTip-V in 22-250. Pretty cool stuff. 3,800 feet per second. There's some zingers, 50 grainers. And hey, group's real good for me. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you're subscribed. Check out all the links down below. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Woohoo!
Load it up and get it on as soon as you can. 30-06, 10 mil, 50 cap. It don't make a difference, man. We like to shoot